how voices in my head almost destroyed me, and they might be destroying you too. Hi, my name is Sam the Creator, and welcome to my channel. I'm an artist, actor, singer, writer, and all-round creative. Sounds like a lot? Well, not for me. I've always had a passion for doing as many creative things as possible. The one thing I'm reluctant to learn, however, is an instrument, because I think it's time-consuming and painful. But I know the time will come that I'll have to learn it. The day will come. You know how they say everyone has a minimum of 3 voices in their heads? There's your voice, your guardian angel, or your conscience, whichever one you prefer, and then there's the voice of the devil, or the baser nature, as I like to call it. Depending on which one you feed, your life could go one way or the other. Let's jump into today's story. For as long as I can remember, I've always been complimented for being good at something. An artist at age 7, singer at age 11, actor in various drama clubs from like age 12, wrote my first handwritten novel at age 16. Shout out to those that know me from way back that might have had the privilege of reading those handwritten novels before they were torn to shreds when they were passed from hand to hand. I also became a theatre director at age 16 in secondary school, a prolific compere at age 17, staged my first musical at age 21.
Oh my!
I know, it's crazy, right? I was also a ladies' man. And I'm not making this up. In fact, back in secondary school or high school, I was so popular with the ladies that 2 different cliques of girls were having beef because so many of them wanted to be my school mother. That's kind of like caretaker or sponsor in secondary school terms, if you know what I mean. It was like a group of cougars fighting over a gigolo. Okay, I'm kidding. But girls were literally lobbying to take care of me. It was so bad, they called me aside and lined up and asked me to take my pick. The stories I cannot even begin to tell you. Anyways, I'm happily married now, so let's move on from that. When I look back, my life seemed like something out of a teenage romance drama. But in spite of all this, something was eating at me. A virus within my mind, making me miserable in spite of everything magical going on in my life. A sinister weed growing in the underground as its vines wrap around my mind and soul. This thing was negative self-talk. Nothing. You're so short. So short. I love you. So ugly, so short. Let me say this now. Some girls can be borderline evil.
Oh, Billy!
I just have to tell you the story. Now, when I was 17, when everyone around my age was dipping their toes into the dating game, we attached a lot of importance and self-worth to whether we were dating or not, and who we were dating. At the time, I was powerfully single, and I do mean that in an empowering way. One Saturday evening, I was on my way to a youth fellowship, feeling fly with my Rough Rider shirt and Calvin Klein jeans. I walked into the church compound and 2 girls who were good friends of mine at the time beamed with so much enthusiasm at seeing me, as per ladies' man. They rushed to me and we hugged, and I was on cloud 9 because, 2 girls just, fawning over you, it feels great. Then one of them said to me, "Oh, if only you were just a bit taller, I would have so dated you."
Emotional, damn it!
And the other one was like, "Right? So cute. But at least we can always have you as a friend, Sha." I wanted to die. I was smiling and laughing with them, but damn, that hit hard. Jesus! Yes, I'm a short king, 5'5" and proud, baby. Okay, maybe 5'3". This height thing was a thorn in my flesh, and anytime anyone made mention of it, it wounded me, way more than it ought to. That wasn't all. There were many other scenarios of my friends and family members unintentionally throwing shade, especially the females. Like, ladies, do better. And it hurt like crazy. It opened the floodgates to all sorts of negative self-talk and mainly the feelings of unworthiness. I tried everything in my power to increase my height. I'm serious. From using supplements that made my fart smell like a 7-day-old rat corpse.
Come on, man!
To attaching weights to my ankles and dangling them from the edge of the couch and falling asleep. Safe to say that it never really worked.
You be mumu. You think so you're wise?
Of course, in an attempt to heal and grow and move on from this dilemma, I discussed this with some of my closest and more mature friends. Shout out to you, you know yourselves. and they gave me the feedback I was hoping for, reminding me of how amazing I was and letting me know my height didn't matter as much as I thought it did. Although people were always complimenting me from the outside, I never developed a habit of complimenting myself on the inside, not consciously. And the thing about the human mind is that it naturally gravitates towards negativity, which means I got to a point where the positive compliments from outside had little to no effect on me, while the innocent, stupid jokes and comments people were making out of ignorance or jealousy or whatever were having such a powerful negative impact, way more than the positive compliments. I started to internalize these negative comments and adopted them as my own. Their careless remarks, jokes, and insults became the foundation of my internal dialogue, and I didn't even realize it. You're nothing. You're so short. So ugly, so short. I love you. The crazy thing about negative self-talk is that it is hardly noticed. You don't even know that you are speaking these negative words to yourself in your own voice. It's like a bunch of life-sucking weeds in your internal garden, hardly visible because they camouflage as flowers and other plants in your garden, but they are doing damage and disrupting the ambience of your entire internal life. Negative self-talk is the most common epidemic in the human race, and still, so many people are not even aware of it. The same way I wasn't aware of it when I would stay up at night worrying about my physical height, concluding that I wasn't enough because I wasn't tall enough. It made me doubt if I deserved to have the friends I had, if I deserved to have as much talent as I did, and if I was worthy of expressing my creativity the way I desired. And when I did express my awesomeness, I still felt like I wasn't worthy of whatever results I desired to get. But something deep in me didn't let me relent or give up. I was too talented to not at least try to live a life of purpose. Parable of the 5 talents, anybody? I persisted and I kept wanting to be more, although it was hard trying to better myself while battling inferiority complex. It was like being strapped to 2 large boulders while walking uphill. If you can relate at all, drop me a comment so I know I'm not crazy.
Shameless moment.
Please subscribe as well. Now, what I didn't realize at the time was that no matter how much external validation I accumulated, if I didn't confront my negative self-talk and start consciously replacing it with positive self-talk, not people talk, nothing was ever going to change. This made me delve into self-development and serious introspection, and it really helped. I was growing mentally and spiritually, but damn, there were so many interwoven internal issues I was still battling with. One fateful Sunday, after a church service, I was walking past the bookstore in church when I noticed a book by Joseph Prince titled The Power of Right Believing. Now, I had listened to a few of Joseph Prince's messages before, and I liked him, so I picked up this book, and I read it. For the first time in my life, I realized I was worthy of unconditional love, and that every feeling of unworthiness came from a negative voice within my own head that I did not recognize or catch. Well, I'll have to credit the devil for some of the gloom and doom as well, honestly. I was introduced to a profoundly new idea and way of positive self-talk that was based on God's unconditional love for me. It was incredible. I cried so many times while reading that book because wrong beliefs were getting shattered. Hallelujah. It was like a ray of sunshine had cut through the darkness of my garden, and the good in me started to blossom forth while the creepy crawler life-sucking negative self-talk plants started to wither away and withdraw and lose their hold. I continued learning and doing self-development and ultimately decided to create a recording of positive affirmations for myself that I could listen to every single day to further shine the light of positivity and love while the negative slowly withered away in the light. Shout out to the book The Magic of Getting Everything You Want by David J. Schwartz, and also The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale. And I can say today that I feel so wonderful and I live such a blessed life. Can I say that I don't have any negative self-talk from time to time? Of course not. I'm discovering varieties of negative self-talk plants that exist in my mind and how the sneaky bastards show up at the most unsuspecting times and places. However, I've also learned that negative self-talk may never be fully eliminated the way you eliminate weeds in a garden, with like pesticides or a hoe or something. But that you can only substitute or replace negative self-talk with positive self-talk, positive thoughts, and positive affirmations. Am I still sensitive about my height?
I could have killed a lot. I'm telling you, look at my face. Like I could have killed a lot of people.
Daddy, chill.
At this stage in my life, I don't really care. I mean, I already won at life. I am succeeding without being 6 feet tall. Will I take a height increasing surgery when I can afford it? Maybe if Kevin Hart does the same. Cause he's a short king with everything and he seems okay. Honestly, as long as my income and relationships aren't solely dependent on my height, I am good. Besides, my height makes me stand out. It has been an advantage and unique selling point for me more times than I can count. One simple trick to developing positive self-talk is to think of and write out 3 empowering statements or mantras specific to you. Like for me, one of them is, God loves me unconditionally. I am beautiful. I am enough. I am powerful. I am more. Now you can create your own and read them to yourself as often as possible, especially first thing in the morning and just before you go to bed. Before you know it, you begin to let in the light of positivity into your mental garden. You'll begin to see the seeds of greatness already within you germinate, bring forth flowers of positivity, and bear fruits of love, joy, and abundance. And then they begin to replace the weeds of negative self-talk and fear that are only choking out your potential. It's important to simply have something to remind you of how awesome you are every day. Speaking of reminding you, if you want to be reminded that you are more, you can get this art piece that I made with love just for you. Also, I wrote you a song. You know I like to write a new song every now and then. If you love it, let me know. Once again, don't forget to head over to my store to buy the art I've been showing as a digital download or as an item, a fashion item, to support me and encourage a brother to create more soul-lifting content. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace, love, and bye for now. The world we live in has a funny way of putting labels on you every day. They even act like you don't have a say, and your true self you're forced to betray. Well, no more of this petty bullshit. I'm done even entertaining every single lie that makes me feel I'm less than who I am. Because I am more. No matter what they want me to be, I break the box that they put me in. I am more. I see a king inside of me, fulfilling what I'm destined to be. I am more. 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 They have the guts to tell me I'm a slave to my flesh and the things that it craves. I'll admit I take some of the blame. Afraid to put myself through the flame. Well, I'm done even cowering. Rather die on this battlefield. I know at the end of the day, the glory surely will be ours. Because I am more. No matter what they want me to be, I break the box that they put me in. I am more. I see a king inside of me, fulfilling what I'm destined to be. I am more. I am more. I am more. I am more. I am more.